Hey peeps, we are back. We are talking The Real Housewives of New York, season 13, episode 12. So it's that time of year again. It's Ramona's birthday. However, due to the pandemic, she's not able to have 60 of her best girlfriends at a party. You know, she doesn't need to use Dorinda and Sonia to finesse her party planner into giving her a free party. However, Luann has invited her over to her house. She gave her a nice little treat with a candle, and she has let her know that she has decided that she is going to give her and Sonia a joint birthday party, something small, something intimate that they can all do together and still be safe. Can I also mention that the view from Luann's apartment is drop dead gorgeous? I absolutely love it. That would be a dream come true, to have a beautiful penthouse apartment in Manhattan.
I just adore a penthouse view. Darling, I love you, but give me Park Avenue.
Luann is so shady, but I absolutely love it. I appreciate her so much for trying to get something together for Sonia and Ramona. Ramona did talk a little bit about losing her brother. She said that he died in a bad car accident, and she was extremely thankful that he didn't hurt anybody else. She also mentioned how she misses him and that she didn't realize until he showed up at the seance that she actually did not truly grieve his loss. And it also makes her even more concerned about Sonia. And, you know, she just doesn't know if Sonia's going to cut back on her drinking. And her and Luann were both talking about how shocked and surprised they were to find out that just like their fathers, Sonia's father was an alcoholic as well, and that she also had a traumatic childhood. They did not know anything about that. They are hoping that Sonia does get into therapy the way the medium had suggested. Luann, she still has a bit of PTSD regarding her arrest in Palm Springs, and she says that she told Sonia, what if one of the guests at the hotel would have been out in that hallway and they called the police? You could have been arrested. Maybe if she was arrested, it would have brought to her attention how important it is that she start to focus on either being completely sober or at least cutting back in dealing with her issues that she's going through. So we also find out that Miss Chic C'est La Vie has decided to create a new Christmas song, and she's going to use the money made from this song to donate to her favorite charity, Fortune Society. And she wants all the ladies to jump on the track for one line, and that of course will help with the sales of this song. I think that's a great idea. If I was a person who was a celebrity, I would absolutely use my celebrity to help others. And I think that's a great idea, and I think it'll be cute.
You ever hear the expression, black don't crack?
Yeah, well, blondes do. You know, our skin is very ruddy and very sensitive. It is.
You know, this woman is a full-on mess. I'm telling you, I think that Sonia looks great. I know that she's had a little work done, but who hasn't? I think she's fabulous, and I love her sense of humor.
No, he's a dick. Let that go. What your father thought about you has nothing to do with you at all.
It doesn't?
No,
I feel that's
no.
why I'm such a comedian, from that pain and
Hey,
wanting
but look,
to be
guys,
special.
you use those things to build on. Build those. You needed that experience to get you ready for this moment now. For the war that you're fighting now.
You know what? They need to just go ahead and cut Martin a check. Martin not only knows about boxing, he's a part-time therapist. You know what I mean? Cut Martin a check. He will definitely be a housewife legend when he called Tinsley Tinsdale. That everyone remembers. Sonia does say that she is really grateful that her dad showed up at the seance. She says that it seems that he has matured on the other side, and she was really shocked that he was there, but she was really happy that he was there because he's sorry. And she says that helps her a lot to know that he regrets his decisions, his behavior. While at the gym, we find out that Ebony has decided to go ahead and move forward with the testing to find out if Ashley really is her sister. They are going to get the results at the same time and share them together on a video chat. And I think that is a great idea. You know, she said before it was just her and her mom and her grandma, but now that her grandma is gone, it's just her and her mother. So I think it would be great to find out that she has a sister and a whole nother family of people that she can get to know and start creating memories with. So I'm really happy that she's decided to move forward. Then we see Ebony talking with her sister, and we find out that Ebony's alleged father passed away, and neither one of the girls had a deep void or loss for him being dead. They said that they did not truly grieve his death because they didn't know him. They didn't have a real relationship with him. He wasn't there. Ebony says that she's had a few visits with him in her entire life, and at one point he was supposed to show up to her graduation from Chapel Hill, and he never showed up. Then when she moved on to Loyola for law school, he showed up, he said hey, as if she was just some stranger on the street, and he carried one load of items into her new apartment because he was helping her move, and then she never saw him again. He does not sound as if he was really interested in being a father to either one of these girls. And they also mentioned how not having a father in their life created abandonment issues and other issues in their relationship. And the one thing that I can think about that is I like the fact that both of them see that. Both of them recognize that his absence caused emotional issues within them that affects their relationships. Because from what I understand, this happens to a lot of people when they have a parent missing. And it can be terrible if you don't realize it, if you don't try to fix it, if you don't try to understand why you're having these issues. The cycle will just continue and your relationships are doomed for failure. So I appreciate that both of these ladies see it, they recognize it, and you know, they're going to be able to move forward in future relationships, I hope. So Luann goes to this beautiful restaurant with an even more gorgeous view as she's planning this party for Ramona and Sonia, and Leah is there to help out, give some ideas. Leah has decided that she would like to take over responsibility for the birthday cake. Luann has hired some burlesque dancers, that's what she calls them. Leah calls them strippers. I said, you know what, Luann, she's the money can't buy you class lady. She is not going to call them strippers. Let her call them burlesque, okay? So Luann is stating that when her and Garth ended up in the paparazzi's sight and in the paper, Garth was really upset by it and didn't appreciate it at all. But my thing is this the truth? Garth, are you serious? Dude, you are dating a woman who is on one of the most popular reality shows. You were on the show not once but twice, and you thought that at some point you wouldn't be in the public? Boy, bye. I think this is an excuse because her and Garth broke up. I don't know. I'm just saying that. So Luann has the girls come over to her house to record their one line in her new Christmas song. And I thought, is her windows and walls soundproof? Because I've lived in apartments before, and you always have that one terrible neighbor who is noisy, their kids are screaming, everybody's jumping up and down, and everyone wants to throw a tantrum at the same time. Plus, I've been to New York a few times, and it's a very loud, noisy city. So I guess it just depends on how high up your apartment is. I have no idea, but they seem to be okay recording these one lines at her apartment.
Christmas.
There you go.
But what do I want for Christmas? Just you.
Auto-tune plays an important part in every song. Let's face it.
Circling the globe until we find the perfect match.
No.
Well, all I can say is, you know, we all know that every one of Luann's songs are auto-tuned. So, ma'am, don't shade Ramona.
What do I want for Christmas but you?
Just you.
Okay. But what would I want for Christmas? Just you.
What do I want?
I don't understand why that one line is so hard for her to remember. But what do I want for Christmas? Just you. I mean, it was that simple. Okay, are they gonna put autotune on me? Anyway, I never told you guys I was a singer anyway. Don't you judge me, peeps. Ebony says that she just wants Luann to know that she asked for this. She is no Whitney Houston. And it's all right, because neither is Luann.
What do I want for Christmas? Just you.
Beautiful.
Oh, Ebony did really well. It didn't take her but a second to pick up that line. You know, just that one little line.
Everything I'm making is going to Fortune.
Forever? Oh, like, how does
Well,
that work?
listen, you don't need to know the details of Fortune. Do you know what I'm saying? What are you talking about?
I know, but I mean, I think that, you
just have a line in the song. You know what I mean? It's like, if you're not comfortable, there's plenty of girls that are into it and doing the song, and they haven't asked that question because they don't really give a shit.
Well, you're donating it to Fortune Society, so I would
right.
imagine that there is some money in
Well,
it.
listen,
and that's all.
Well, it didn't take long for that to go bad. It really did. My thing is this. If Leah is concerned, I think that she should have set up some private time to talk to Luann about being concerned about contracts. I do think it looks bad having this conversation in front of Luann's production people, a producer guy, and it does seem that she doesn't trust Luann as much, but I also get it. You remember when Don't Be Tardy for the Party, that whole thing blew up in Candy's face and there was no contracts and Kim didn't give back the money? I get it. I understand it. But this is for charity, and if you are truly doing it from the bottom of your heart because you want to give to Fortune Society, just do it for that purpose, not for what you may make on the back end.
That it?
I'm ready.
Here we go.
But what do I want for Christmas? Just you.
Well, you know what? When
Leah
lays down her one line, she was the best out of the whole group. I appreciate that, but I did notice that Bershawn wasn't invited. Bershawn, no ma'am, she is not on the track. I also realized that earlier in the week, Andy Cohen made a statement about Leah. He says that he has never seen, I'm gonna say alleged, he has never seen a housewife go down with the fans as fast as Leah. Last season, the fans raved about Leah. They couldn't get enough of her. This season, they are demanding that she's fired. I don't know. Andy says that has never happened in housewife history before, that one of the housewives lost fans that fast. I'm telling you, the people, they want Leah gone. Allegedly, the people want Leah gone, Ebony gone, Bershawn gone, and Ramona. I don't know. All I know is you made a mistake when you got rid of Dorinda. Yes, Dorinda was vile. She was disgusting. She was rude. She was doing too much last season. I think that they still should have brought her back with stipulations that she could not act the way she did last season. I also believe that Dorinda will be back next season. If the show is not canceled, we will see Dorinda next season. They need Dorinda back. The people all over Instagram and Twitter have been begging for Dorinda back. So all the ladies come together to celebrate Sonia and Ramona's birthday, and the view from that place is even more gorgeous at night.
So I wasn't sure I wanted to see you tonight. No, now that I'm seeing you, I remember I really liked you.
Oh, okay.
Who does not love Sonia? Sonia is adorable, and I love her even more when she is sober. And at the beginning of this party, she is not drinking. She made it clear that because of how the girls were treating her, she's not going to take any drinks. And I think that was a smart move. Then that male nude portrait dude, Kurt, which all the ladies love, I don't understand the attraction. He's okay, but it turns out it's something about that penis.
He has a beautiful penis.
He has a very nice penis.
It's a very good size.
I just can't believe that it came to this. But at the same time, wow, that must be an amazing penis. I'm just saying. So there's a guy named Dylan that shows up there, and Ramona says that they've met through some people. Sonia starts laughing because she says Ramona is absolutely lying and trying not to let her know where she knows this man from. Then the guy says that they met at an Oscar party, and he gives Ramona some pink roses. And I looked at those roses and I said, those are not the roses that she's used to. But I was so happy that she was gracious and thanked him for those roses. I don't know what she did with them, but I'm glad that she was very kind. So the quote burlesque dancers show up. Honey, those are not burlesque dancers. Them are strippers. Yes, honey, they was working it. And Ramona was not here.
You know what? Do double with Sonia. Oh, God. Hey, don't forget about us over here, okay?
Listen, I'm sorry, I'm Team Ramona here. I have been to several bachelorette parties, and that's one thing that I am just not a fan of. I don't like male strippers rubbing up and down, bumping and grinding up on me. I don't know what it is, but it's just, you're in my space. I don't know you. You're all oiled up and everything with all that baby oil. It's a lot. I don't like it. So I'm not mad at Ramona at all. Now Leah decides that she's just gonna give the stripper her own little lap dance. I said, well, work it, girl. If it's good for you, it's good for me, okay? She's having a good old time. After a while, Sonia does decide that she's gonna start drinking. And I was a little sad because I thought, Sonia, you're having a good time. You don't need alcohol. Ramona is outside talking to Will because you know Ramona is a little bit of a cougar, and she pretty much lived up to the reputation that Leah and Sonia is always talking about. She was outside explaining to Will that if he thought this view here was gorgeous, come and check out the good view from her apartment. And then at the very end of the episode, you see her talking to him and she asked him, does he have her address? Let me just text it to you. I said, okay, Ramona, work, okay? You are a single woman out here in the big city, getting ready to have the sex, okay?
Will him again? I mean, the show's thing. He's half dead. Last time I talked to him, the zipper was down already. I was like, I like a little challenge.
Sonia strikes again. That woman is a mess.
Is like what's inside the lip.
Oh, no, I thought it was the outside of the lip.
Sorry, he doesn't know.
Thanks, going back to
Back to Kirk's penis. Back to Kirk's penis.
Right.
Now this entire conversation was really awkward for me. I have no idea what kind of thing Kurt is working with, but these women are tongue-tied and they are all in his face. You know what? It's too much. It's too much.
I want to invite you both. I'm doing an event next week. She knows about it. Oh.
Is this something I can't hear?
No. Oh, God. It's actually called Black Shabbat.
A Jewish Shabbat dinner?
Correct.
That's for black people?
Correct. So it's going to be
Then why are you calling it a black Shabbat?
because the guests I'm inviting are black.
Why can't you say, I'm having some people over? Why do you have to say whether they're white, black, purple, yellow, or red? I don't understand.
Now that was awkward. That was awkward. Quite awkward. It's clear that Bershawn is not invited to this dinner. Ramona made it even more awkward, jumping around and acting out about this dinner. And my thing is, Ramona, you are entitled to your opinion. You are entitled to your feelings. All you had to say is, unfortunately, I won't be able to make it. You know, either yes, you want to come, or no, you don't want to come. Don't do this, you know. And Ebony, I think she was lying to Bershawn about why she couldn't come to this dinner. I think she called it a black Shabbat. Ma'am, just tell her you don't like her. And also let her know what you said earlier, that she's not your type of person. She tells Bershawn that she's not invited because of COVID. She's limited in the amount of people that she can have, and she has already included all of the black people that she wants there. I said, oh gosh, this is crazy. Maybe if Ramona said she didn't want to come, Bershawn could get Ramona's space, even though she's black. I don't know. This is crazy. I think that Ebony is absolutely lying. She just doesn't want Bershawn to come.
Okay, I can miss the party. After Harlem Nights, I don't need to go to school again for 5 hours. I'm good.
I'm not mad at Bershawn's comments. I mean, she's also entitled to her opinion.
Donating the proceeds to charity, but for how long? How many years? What if she starts making tons of money from the song in a year or two?
You know what? I don't know. I don't think she's like that.
Basically, you said to me, I don't trust you. I was really disappointed by your reaction.
Well, if she makes
I don't need a piece of it. God bless her.
But you know what? I do.
If I can
Money
help
is
you make
very
it,
important.
I do. Why do you want to fight? You don't want the smoke. Really, stop. You
No,
don't.
you
You
stop.
don't.
Don't overstep your boundaries, girl, really.
Luann,
Don't overstep.
I will step wherever I want to,
Overstep.
first of
not
all.
Trustworthy,
promote?
and
You want
I'm
me to
not
promote?
greedy.
Let me promote.
Leah
mob or mob something.
When
What
it
is
comes
your
right,
sweatshirt?
of course
I'll
you
come
don't.
with your sweatshirt.
No, I don't need. You're not exactly my demographic, so it's all good.
All right, whatever. I don't even
I
know
already
where
have
she is.
Rihanna wearing my. Do you
Not
think I
even
need you
in
wearing my?
stores.
Now listen, it's clear that Leah thinks that after Luann donates money to the charity, that at some point, if the song makes additional money, Luann's gonna have this money and she's not gonna share with the rest of the girls. And she can have those feelings. She really can. I just don't think that this was the right place or time to get into this. It's not the right place or time to argue about these contracts. And then Ebony says that she thought that they would get to the contracts later, but you're the lawyer. You know what I mean? Come on now, ladies. This got out of hand. It really did. Personally, if I was Luann, I would tell her that if you want to talk about this later, let's sit down and talk about it. Otherwise, I would just remove Leah from the track. I don't want to have these arguments every time we get together. And then Ramona tried to jump in and ended up getting her feelings hurt when she says something about she'll go online or something and wear one of Leah's shirts. And Leah said, you don't even meet my demographic. I don't want you wearing my shirts. I have Rihanna wearing my shirts. What makes you think I want you wearing my shirts? Zing. I mean, come on. That is hurtful, hon. Honey, listen, I'd have went on home. You done stabbed me, girl, without a knife. I mean, seriously. So with Leah being in charge of the cakes, all of a sudden the people come out to deliver the cake. Sonia has a vagina cake and Ramona has a penis cake. This is hilarious and ridiculous at the same time. However, they said the cake was delicious, and I'm sure those cakes were really delicious. Leah does go back and apologize to Luann, but I don't think so, ma'am. She says that it's not that she doesn't trust Luann, but it sounds like you don't trust Luann. I'm just saying. Honey, listen, this episode was probably the best episode we've seen so far this season. And that's saying something because it wasn't the best that I've ever seen of the Real Housewives of New York. They are definitely going through some changes over there. I'm hoping that this season gets better, but I don't know, you guys. Hey, get down in the comments, everybody. Tell me what you're thinking. What was your favorite moment? How do you feel about Sonia's drinking? What do you think about Leah and this contract situation? Let me know what you guys are thinking. And until next time, bye.